Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Business Talk Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is What's Trending. And today we're going to talk all about floorings, heated floors, hardwood floors, the benefit of carpets, and more. Joining me is the co-host of our show. Her name is KATHY Fulton. She is also an expert presenter on our Talking Heads platform. So stay tuned. Right after this show, she'll be presenting her very first episode. We're extremely excited. She is also a business owner, and her company is KATHY Fulton Interior Design. Let's welcome her to the show. Hi, KATHY.
Good morning. Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you doing?
Great.
Looking pretty in pink, of course.
Well, thank you. I feel like I should be like rolling in the flowers.
Such a nice thought, though, isn't it, to get outside with nature and just take everything in?
Yes, I'm ready. Winter needs to just completely leave.
Yes, definitely, for sure. And I'm so excited that we're doing this show together, because each week it's a different exciting topic. I never know what to expect. And this topic is really exciting when you talk about flooring, because people can be really overwhelmed going into one of those big boxes, wherever people might go, and somebody trying to push something on them. And our guest today, as you know, has a very different, unique approach, and I'm excited for her to share that. But before we bring her out, KATHY, I want to spotlight you, and I want you to share with our audience a little bit about your background as an entrepreneur. You certainly have had quite a journey. We mentioned this before, but you're outside with a U-Haul and someone's yelling to you, you're never going to make it. And you leave that all behind, and look at you today.
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely has been a wild ride. It's hard to believe that I've had my own interior design firm for 22 years.
Woo!
I just have a hard time wrapping my head around that. But I mean, just all the things that I've learned over the years are just, and just the way that things have changed. It's just, it truly has been a wild ride. But what I do, the bottom line, what I do with my firm and the clients that I meet is I help them create a space that they love to live in, because there is nothing worse than buying a bunch of furniture or redesigning your space for what I want you to do. I mean, you're going to live there and you're also paying for it. So I just can't reemphasize enough that, you know, it's so important to live in a space that you love. So another thing that I do is I teach a course called the Interior Decorators Business Launchpad. And so you may be asking, who is this for? Well, this is for anyone with a passion for design, anyone that is wanting to learn how to become an interior decorator, but doesn't have the slightest idea, anyone that is wanting to start their own business, and probably the most important is you're wanting to learn how to turn a profit. This is a 12-week interactive course, meaning I walk you through the entire process and I teach you how to sell. I teach you how to approach clients. And like I said, it's 12 weeks and it's for $19.97. So if this sounds like a fit, I would love to work with you.
Outstanding. And KATHY, when's the next time you're offering this?
Well, it starts the first of every month. So it's the next class will begin in May.
Perfect. And as a result of taking the course, what can we expect to come away with?
Well, first of all, you're going to learn just basically how to talk the talk of an interior design professional. Okay. I really break it down and I make it so simple for you. Then I'm going to teach you, what sources do you really need in your hip pocket so that you have product to sell and you can turn a profit. And then I'm going to teach you how to present to the client, because at the end of the day, maybe everyone would agree with me, but approach is everything. And so many people get all tongue tied and hung up on technology, me being one of them. And look, I am old school. Okay. I mean, let's rewind back to, 22 years ago. I showed up to clients' homes, and I still do to this very day, with tile samples in hand or fabric samples in hand. Sometimes just a sketch drawing, but people like that. I mean, a lot of people, they think that you've got to show up with all these drawings and, have these 3D renderings. Those are great, but it's just people still like to take the samples and walk around the room with it, move it around, see how it's going to work with their other things. So we start out with like one project, like learning how to sell one product. And then we go to the next stage, which would be like learning how to sell 3 products. And it just continues to build until you're learning how to sell an entire room. So that's pretty much the takeaway.
It's very exciting. So people can join you every month at the beginning of the month. That's fantastic.
Yes.
All right. I'm looking forward to hearing how the courses are going and spotlighting them here on our program as well as others. So well done, Kathy.
Thank you.
I want to say hello to Judith Fish, who is watching from Hungary. Hello. Nice to have you with us. So our guest, RESA, is the flooring lady. And in addition to this incredible mobile showroom that she brings out to people, she's very much involved in the community as she's a volunteer. She's got a lot of success at fundraising, which, believe me, I have to fundraise every year, and it is a hard thing to do. So it takes a certain skill set to be able to ask people for money for nonprofits, because there's so many great opportunities for people to get involved in helping others. So before we bring RESA out, how did you two meet?
Well, we are part of a networking group, and it's called BNI. And we are there every Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock on the dot. And RESA is just she's just so engaging and so much fun to talk with. And she actually approached me, and we were sitting together one morning and started telling me about another networking group that she thought that I would be a great fit for. So, I mean, that's just how she is. She is always looking out for you, the other person. And that's one of the things that I love about her, just one of them. But I mean, anytime that I get her on the phone, I know I always end up saying, gosh, I didn't mean to keep you this long. She's just so much fun to talk with.
Well, I'm excited to bring her out. Thank you for inviting her to the show. We want to say hello to Nat, joining us from Las Vegas. Nice to have you back with us again, Nat. You always make the show so interesting. All right, joining us today is RESA KIERSTEIN. Let's welcome her. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, everyone. How are you?
It's nice to
Good.
see you.
Nice
Where are
to
you
see you.
joining us
Apparently,
from?
I got the pink memo. I didn't even know. We were all going pink today for spring. I love it.
RESA, where are you joining us from today?
I'm in Northern Virginia, so just a little suburb right outside of Washington, D.C., so we kind of cover that, capital region area.
Beautiful. My family lives in Sterling and Reston. So
Excellent. Well, I'm in Sterling, so I'll have to go visit your family for a couple.
Oh my gosh! You know what? I'd love to meet you when I come there in a couple
Absolutely.
of months. That would be
Yeah,
fun.
that sounds
what
great.
A small world. Fabulous.
Yeah.
So tell us how you got this title of the flooring lady.
Sure. So yes, I have gotten this title of the flooring lady, which is kind of a nice little feather in my cap. So about 4 years ago, I decided to take that entrepreneurial leap and start my own business. So I jumped into this kind of, in the deep end of the pond, and started working with an organization called Floor Coverings International. So we are a national franchise, and I own the territory that really covers from all of Northern Virginia. So very unique, very different, not something I was used to doing. I know you kind of shared with that. I was a national fundraiser and a marketer. So I kind of felt like this was a natural fit for me. And what really attracted me to this was the opportunity to go sit in someone's home or sit with them and help them get the flooring they want and deserve, right? This is not a let me make you buy something. This is more of an engagement opportunity, and let's build a relationship, which is what I've done throughout my whole life and my whole career. I enjoy building relationships with folks, whether it be fundraising or community engagement or helping them get something for their home or business. So I took a leap of faith, went into an industry I knew nothing about, and actually in the state of Virginia, didn't know that you needed a contractor's license to run these businesses. So really dumped into the deep end of the pond and ended up getting my a contractor's license, which is a very difficult feat to achieve, and I'm proud to have done it. And here we are today. So learning every single day about all the new flooring trends. And Kathy is a great resource for me because she helps me understand what the design trends are and then how the flooring kind of integrates with that. So that's a little bit about me and how I got started.
Thanks so much for sharing that. And I can see how you two would complement each other with what you do.
Hey, RESA, one thing that, it just occurred to me. Okay. So, being an entrepreneur myself, how in the world because this is a franchise, right?
Yes.
Okay. So out of all the franchises that are available, how did you get drawn to that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I had a great advisor that I worked with. He kind of helped me really understand myself before I actually picked the franchise itself. So we spent about 8 or 9 weeks understanding sort of who I am as a person, what I need for my business. And then, so we looked at about 8 or 10 different concepts. And in the end of the day, Kathy and Dr. JACALYN, what really worked for me was the mobility of this business. I do have a family, and I needed that mobility to not be bound to a retail store. And this is just such a unique model of where we come to you. And it felt very engaging for me. And we have a lot of support from our team that's headquartered in Atlanta. These folks have been doing this for 35 years. We're part of a national group called First Service Brands. So we have painting partners. We have which is CertaPro painters, and Pillar to Post, so everything that this organization does is centered around the home. So they're very familiar with how to be in a home, how to work inside someone's home. And I just felt very comfortable with them and their training and their desire to just, in all transparency, bring more women into this industry. This construction industry, and I'm talking more construction versus design, is pretty male dominated. And that's not a bad thing, but being a woman in this industry, I saw this as a challenge and an opportunity, because when I went to go meet the franchise, just a little opening the kimono, I was the only woman in the room. So I kind of said, why am I the only woman in the room here? And they were like, well, not a lot of women do this. And I saw that as a great challenge, right? Like, I don't want to be the only woman in the room. And so I signed my franchise agreement that day. I was like, to me, this felt like I can do this. And yeah, so that's kind of how I picked them. I spent a lot of time researching, and it took me a good while to find the right fit for me.
Yeah.
Congratulations on getting that license and breaking into an industry that's been male dominated. That's amazing. I just want to say hello to my sister, Deborah Wilson, who is watching. Yay. And we also have Nat, who has a comment. Yay, I've done some interior decorating myself, but now I mostly do hair. And in Vegas, though, most of my house is tile. It's really common in desert states. It's so much cleaner, though. So that's handy. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So I showed the image of you in the van, outside the van. I'm sorry. So this is the whole showroom here.
Yeah, so our unique model is that we're a mobile showroom, right? So it kind of says it on the front, but let me kind of explain what that means, right? So I think we're all used to the traditional model where you go into a store and someone's sitting behind a counter and they just say, here, go look at 5 things and tell me what you like, right? Our model is different, right? So you make an appointment. We don't just show up at your home unannounced, right? You have to invite us into your home. which is different than someone just knocking on your door saying, hey, do you want to buy floors? And then what we do is we give you a call in advance and kind of understand what it is that you're looking for. Tell us a little bit about your needs, your desires, and we really want to get to know you and help you pick the floors that you want, not what I want you to have for your home. Very much like what Kathy does. This is your home. You have to feel comfortable. I'm not going to tell you to buy something that you don't need or want. So our model is we set up a time that's convenient for you. We have an online booking model, so it's not the back and forth. Are you available? Are you available? It's like, here's our calendar, pick a time that works for you and we'll be there. So we bring our showroom. We have over 5,000 samples in that showroom at any one time. And then I also have a local warehouse where I house additional samples from some of our local suppliers or some things that might be a little bit more bespoke or unique. But in general, we can generally find what you're looking for through our sample showroom. And then it's a matter of, let's spend some time together. Show me your home. Let me meet your pets. I always have dog treats in my pocket, just FYI. And let's get to see what we need, right? Let's really have a conversation, sit down, get to know each other. And then we'll talk about some samples and we'll do some measurements and all the technical stuff. But that's kind of how we work. And, and then once we coordinate the product that you're going to put into your home, sometimes, we do bring Kathy in or some other, if somebody also has another party they want to bring in who wants to chime in on the colors and the styles, I'm happy to come back. And then we coordinate the installation. We have great installers who work with us. They are a team, part of our team, and they make your house look amazing. So that's kind of how we work in a nutshell. But the greatest part for me is seeing someone after the work is done, and the before and after it's pretty remarkable.
It sounds like you're changing lives there, RESA and
We're
Kathy.
trying.
RESA, let me, I think, in BNI, you have to, the goal is to try to get to know every member of your group. And so they call it one-on-ones. So you make an appointment. Okay. So when you and I sat down, you told me a story, and I may have some of the details wrong, but I find this fascinating because it's very rare that I'm speechless, but I just remember my jaw dropping because, okay, did you start this business like right when COVID hit?
I sure did. Sure did.
Okay. Do you mind sharing
Timing
the
is
story?
everything.
Because this is really a testimony to like how amazing you really are. I mean, do you mind kind of backtracking with that?
Sure. So once I decided on the franchise itself, right? So I signed my franchise agreement, and then of course I needed to get my license. So that was about a 6 or 8 month period. So, we started the business in the end of 2019, and then all of a sudden COVID hit, right? So it was, pretty scary there for a little while, but, we had the support of our franchise. We had the support of our local representatives. And I will tell you, it was interesting. But what was unique about us is that once people got a little comfortable, people still needed to have work done in their homes, right? So that train didn't stop moving. And we actually got more phone calls for people who were like, do you mind coming to my home? And it was definitely a little hairy and scary there for a little while. Everyone was sort of unsure what to do. But our model, because it's just one person coming to your home versus going into a larger store environment, I think gave us a little bit of a competitive advantage because people felt a little bit more comfortable. But it was definitely scary there, starting a new business, being an entrepreneur, definitely scary during COVID. So, but thankful for folks like Kathy and people like the team in BNI who really kind of held us together and helped us get through that really difficult time of what are we doing as small business owners? Are we going to make it? And I'm thankful to say we made it. We had a successful year last year, and we are so excited to help our fellow homeowners and businesses this year and beyond.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't imagine starting a brand new business, because I feel confident. I mean, I'm not asking for the number, but I feel confident that, you had to put money down because you were buying something, right?
Oh,
and
yes, a lot.
So, yeah. And so then, I mean, I'm sure you probably felt like the rug was pulled out from under you. I mean, so my hat's off to you for A, not losing it emotionally, and B, I mean, just keep moving forward. I mean, so
Thanks.
Good
I
job.
appreciate that. And there were some days there, I won't lie. There were definitely some days where some tears were shed and some, oh my gosh, what did I do moments? But, you know, you have to press forward. And, you know, the confidence that I get from my business coach, from my mom, you know, like from my family, you know, there were definitely some moments like, oy, but you just got to pick up your bootstraps and yeah. And there are definitely difficult days, right? This is a construction industry. So sometimes there are things that are unpredictable, right? And the one thing that's interesting, I got a call from my installer, I think it was last week, and he goes, you know what I love about you? And I said, well, that's interesting because most people tell me what they don't like about me, but let's start there. And he's like, you're very honest with your customers and you really paint the picture of what's going to happen during this process, right? Because installing floors, people don't do this every day. This is not something you do maybe once or twice in your lifetime, right? This is not like buying a car or going to the grocery store. So I feel it's important for me to really help people understand, like, this is going to be disruptive for a little while, right? Like, but in the end, you're going to have this beautiful outcome and there are going to be people in your home. There's going to be noise. I know everyone's working from home right now. So if you need to work from home on the days that we're going to be here, please make arrangements. We can't stop because you're on a conference call because that's just going to delay everything. And, you know, so that's just one thing that I pride myself on, is just really setting the stage. Because I know as a homeowner, I want to know what's going on, right? I can't control everything. And I don't know, you know, I would never pretend to be an interior design and tell someone how to hang curtains, but it would be, you know, it's nice to know a little bit. And then who do I call if I have questions, right? So we send our clients a letter via email 3 days before and say, this is how you prepare for installation. And here's the phone number of our lead installer. So if there's anything you have questions on, you have my number, you have his number, like, we are accessible.
Right. No, and that is so important because I mean, I think that's probably why you and I get along so well, is I think we're both probably painfully upfront about things, because I don't like surprises, and I know my clients aren't going to like surprises either, you know, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, I just tell you, I mean, like, if there's going to be a long lead time, let's get it out and discuss it now. I mean, you know, and it's like you said, you're going to be, you're working from home and you have conference calls. Okay. We need to find a temporary workaround. I mean, I'm just like you. Let's talk about it, because those phone calls, not good. Right.
No. Nope, not at all.
RESA, I just want to congratulate you for doing what is so difficult, but yet I've spoken to a number of people. I did it myself, starting new business during the pandemic. Congratulations for persevering and for being successful. I think that is really all of what we're about here at USA Global TV, inspiring hope, getting people to think, hey, I can do it. They did it. Let me get out of my comfort zone and take the first step. We also have a comment from my sister, Deborah Wilson. Hello, I love the idea of co-collaboration, as sometimes you need a little bit of assistance instead of go find 5 samples you like. Yeah,
Agree.
Point.
Agree. And looking at it, again, not to belabor this, but when we bring samples, it's in your home with your lighting and your paint colors, right? So looking, and I think Kathy can attest to this, looking at something in a retail store with different lighting is not really a good perspective and a good understanding of what it's going to look like in your home. So I'm one of those that I will literally walk around the house with, you know, let's look at it over here. Let's look at the flooring over here. And, you know, one of the unique things we do, and I know we're going to touch on this a little bit later, is, you know, we let you touch and feel them and let your dogs walk on them. Let your cats touch them, right? Like, you got to feel the items and feel comfortable with them in your home. So that's something that I love to do, is kind of walk around the home and see what does this look like in all the different lighting, and on a sunny day, on a cloudy day, right? Like, it's a pretty big decision and you got to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
We have several photographs to look at and a lot more to discuss, but we're going to take a quick break. And the first clip I'm going to show is an acknowledgement and thanks to my vocal coach. Her name is Madeline Carol Chan, and she is over in London. And this song is called Follow Love. And then we'll look at another clip and we'll be right back with Kathy and RESA. So stay with us.
By your love, what you give me is just not enough. I need a love to take me high. higher and higher and higher. Every step I take, I feel more awake. Getting closer now, I feel so alive. Stopping me, this is how I live. Ever closer now. Just follow love, and love will take you there. Just follow love, follow me. Just follow love, and love will take you there. Just follow love, follow me. Follow love.
What do you want them to say? How do you want to be perceived? You're going to get the most direct, tactical tips and practical takeaways when it comes to networking. These two here are super important. You'll remember once the conversation started.
I love the tips that she gave out. I hate networking with a passion, so I feel like I can go through a meeting or event and not feel so uncomfortable.
When you're going to a presentation, you want to be educated. You also want to be entertained.
She was really fun and really personable, and everything she was saying was just very relatable.
She's got a lot of great ideas.
That will make you stand out so fast.
She comes across as someone that likes what they do and just doesn't try to sell you something.
Activity breeds results. If you're not doing anything, you're not going anywhere.
Just made me want to start networking, which I never thought I'd say before.
A networking strategy that works for you.
Hello, and welcome back to USA Global TV and Business Talk Radio. Our show today is What's Trending. And I just want to thank and acknowledge Ashley Owens because she's the reason I got into television. So she's an amazing person. She's the queen of networking. So just reach out to her if you want to learn more. And we have a comment before we go back to Kathy and Risa. I want to just say hello to, I hope I say your name right, Ilbachir Ayate. Anyone who want to try that? Hola Guapa. I think that means hello, and we're happy to have you. Thanks for being here. Okay, we're with Kathy Fulton and Resa Kierstein, and we're talking about everything around flooring. We're also talking about the importance of being an excellent networker and really focusing on the client and what the client needs, building that relationship that's so important. You ladies are a member of networking group. You meet at 8 o'clock in the morning, which I love. And is this open to anyone and everyone?
Well, okay. So in BNI, and I mean, Risa, you can second me on this. I mean, I think we need to get some kind of like special, how many times have we said BNI, you know?
Right. I think we need to get special compensation for that.
You're welcome, BNI.
Not paid spokespersons.
But anyway, so I guess they can have as many members as you want. Each person has their own special seat. So like, for example, in BNI, I hold the seat of kitchen designer and, I specialize in cabinetry because when I came, there was someone that had the interior design spot. So my focus has been on kitchen cabinets and designing your kitchen and bathrooms. So then, like we have one real estate agent, we have one financial advisor. So there's one of everyone. And so the goal is then that you sit down and try to get to know everyone as best as you possibly can. In fact, like, for example, yesterday, Ray from our group is it Taz, T-O-Z?
Taz, yep, Ray
Taz.
Taz.
Yeah. Okay. So after the meeting on Tuesday, I asked him, I'm like, look, I don't know if this is in your scope of work, but I have a problem with my irrigation system outside. And we talked about it for a little while. And he came over yesterday morning, like bright and early. We stood out in the rain. He dug up part of my yard. And I mean, but it was, I mean, so nice. And then he stayed for like 2 hours and we sat at the kitchen table or kitchen island. My mom had breakfast and, we just had a great time. So, but the goal is, to try to get to know everybody. And I really did learn more about him, and hopefully we'll be able to work together, in some different ways. But yeah, so it's a great group. And I mean, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's early to be there, but I've just gotten, I just really enjoy getting to know everybody. How about you, Risa? What are
Yeah, I would second that for sure. So it's interesting. My mom was a BNI disciple 35 years ago. So
No
BNI's been around
kidding.
a really long time. Yeah. So the gentleman that started, and not a plug for them, but his name is Ivan Meisner, and she was actually in an original networking with him. So I know that networking is powerful, and the power of this group is it's all about, givers gain, right? So it's all about how can I help others so that in turn they will help me, right? So to Kathy's point, it's really about getting to know someone personally. And I will tell you, I had a very similar experience with Ray and his group because, living in an area, there's so many choices, and I had a leak in my house. And because I know Ray and because I got to know him through BNI and I know, like, and trust him, I immediately called him. His team was out at my house within 5 or 6 hours, and the leak wasn't, dangerous. It was a drip, but that's just the power. So a drip can turn into something bigger, though. So I'm glad they took care of it. But that's the power of whether it's this networking group or the other networking group that we're part of, Nova Home Services. You get to know people and trust them, and then you feel confident referring them. So, it's interesting because I'm in homes all the time. Kathy, I'm sure you see this. People are always like, oh, do you know a plumber? Do you know someone who can help me with interior design and cabinet work? And because I've spent a lot of time investing in networking, I do have those resources, and I feel comfortable referring people because I can trust them to say to my clients, oh yes, Kathy is an amazing interior designer. You should call her. I don't know anything about her, what she charges or how she works, but I know I trust her and would trust her in my home. So I think you should give her a call, right? And that's, to me, having those resources at my disposal when I'm in someone's home only adds validation to who I am and how I've built my network and have become part of our community to help other businesses grow and succeed. Because most everyone in our networking groups are small business owners, which I find powerful.
A referral like that is priceless. That is for sure.
Right.
I want to say hi to Connie Hudson, who's watching from Texas. Nice to have you with us, Connie. So, Risa, before we run out of time, I want to make sure we get to these photographs that you've shared with us. So let me just pull them up, and if you can walk us through what we're looking at. Okay.
Absolutely. So I would say 90% of homes have pets, right? So we offer pet-friendly solutions, right? So this cute little puppy dog is actually on a piece of luxury vinyl. So, one thing I hear when I go into homes is, I have a dog, I don't know what to pick, so we help walk you through what are the options that are going to be pet friendly, safe for your pets, safe for you, and safe for your home. So one of the things that I get asked regularly is about carpet. So I think we'll touch on it in a second, but I'll kind of go into it now is, I have a pet. I really like carpet, but I'm afraid, what if they have an accident? What if they get sick, or whatever the case may be? So we have a lot of solutions. The world of carpet has come a long way, right? So I think everybody in this industry knows that the pet industry is rather large. So they had to sort of formulate their products to support the pet owners. So some of our products have these proprietary stain modules that, it sounds odd, but they cover the 3 Ps: pee, poop, and puke. So if any of those things happen on your carpet, we give you all the cleaning materials, how to take care of it. And if for any reason, after you've done the right methodologies, both care and maintenance and, immediate stain remediation, it's covered under the warranty in most cases, right? So these proprietary stain modules really help the homeowners feel comfortable. I will tell you, I have a product like that in my home. I have 2 large dogs, 2 teenagers, 2 cats, a husband, the whole 9 yards. And the product has held up so well, right? I do get my carpets professionally cleaned once every 12 to 18 months. That is manufacturer's recommendation. And just for spot removal, just a little warm water and some mild soap, and they come right out. So it really helps. The technology in the carpet manufacturing has really helped us make homeowners feel more comfortable that their pets can live in their home with them. You don't have to pick a product that they may not like from a design perspective because it's better for their pets, but we can kind of marry the two. So that goes with carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl, tile, laminate. We've kind of got a little solution for everything when it comes to making sure that your pets can live in your home with you.
The 3 Ps, I will remember that.
Yeah,
for
the 3
a long
Ps. Yep.
time.
You'll never forget that.
No. All right, let's take a look at another photograph.
So stair runners.
I love that.
So Kathy can
It's
attest
great.
to this, right? Stair runners allow you as the homeowner, first of all, it's safety, right? So these are hardwood stairs, and hardwood stairs can be beautiful and slippery all at the same time. So a stair runner allows you to have a little bit of decor, a little fun, and then add a safety element to your home. So this is a really fun fabric. What we do is help you pick the fabric that's going to make you feel comfortable, durable, all of those things, as well as we do the installation. So these are custom cut and bound. A lot of times we bind them on site because they are such a unique and special measurement. And then they're installed for you in a custom installation. Don't think of custom as scary from a price perspective, but it's just how stair runners are done. So stair runners are a ton of fun. They're all different based on the type of stair that you have. So this staircase happens to have some landings, some open sides, some closed sides. So we do stair runners all the time. They're so much fun, and it really makes people smile when they see the finished product in their home.
It's really beautiful. And it's also that I don't have to worry about slipping now.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. And it's beautiful, right? It looks so pretty.
Very pretty. We do have a comment from someone, I think in our private Facebook group, Dr. JACALYN's Health and Wellness. Love pet friendly. Absolutely. Thank you for commenting. All right, let's go over to another photograph that we have.
Great. So this is some of the trends that are happening in flooring, right? So there are some new trends coming. This is a luxury vinyl. It's incredibly durable, and it's not a new trend. The colors are sort of the newer trends. The lighter floors being more neutral, where you can add some of the, and I'll let Kathy kind of touch on colors and styles, but this is a floor that is incredibly durable. It's pet friendly. It's easy to care for. It's water resistant, and it allows you to live in your home and get a beautiful design. It's a little bit more affordable sometimes than hardwood. Depends on the product that you select, and it's gorgeous, right? It's absolutely stunning. It's easy to install, and the care and maintenance is just so simple, right? It's really a light dust mop, very little water, just a little Swiffer or a little Bona, little quick cleaner with a little microfiber, and it just allows you to get this beautiful home. And the installation is a third of the time as some of the other maybe more traditional hardwood products or tile.
Beautiful.
So this is a traditional hardwood. This is a white French oak. Again, a beautiful product. This you can see has different color variations, a little bit more farmhouse style. So it's got a little bit more texture and colors. And again, absolutely stunning. A lot of the products that we provide for our clients, because we know people have lives and they walk on their floors with shoes and dogs and the whole 9 yards, do have an extra coating on them called an aluminum oxide coating. So it just adds to the durability and allows you to live in your home instead of being fearful of walking on your floors.
Really beautiful.
Yeah,
and one of the other topics we were going to discuss today is heated flooring. What can you share with us about that?
Sure. So heated flooring is a beautiful treat. Generally works well with tile. You can also do it with luxury vinyl. We just have to leave the manufacturer's recommended gap between the floor and the heating element. But it is such a delight to have heated floors. I actually personally just did this in my own home. And what it does is it creates a heat element under the floor, so your floors stay at a consistent temperature. We do this a lot in bathrooms because it's nice to step out of the shower and not have a cold foot. Sometimes we're doing these in basements in colder climates because it helps heat the home. The energy cost of heating the floors is not significant, and I'm not an energy expert, but it doesn't add an additional incremental cost to your home, but it's delightful to walk on a nice heated floor. You can control the temperature. Some of the thermostats have Wi-Fi enabled, some have a programmable thermostat, but it is a really nice treat if you're able to add that. It's best to do it when you're doing a larger part of a construction project, because it's something you do have to get down to the subfloor, and then you add the heating element. So it's not something you can put over a floor that you already have. You do need to have an electrician run the wires for you. We definitely have an electrician partner that we bring in to help with that. And then someone who can do some of the repairs on the drywall when they fish the wires for you. But in the end of the day, it is a lovely treat on a cold morning to walk into a warm floor.
Sounds delightful. I know the only time I've actually walked on a heated floor was in a luxury hotel.
Right? See, you can have luxury in your own home. You can afford it. You can do it.
And you were, if I remember correctly, were you a little bit on the fence on that one? Because you said you just did it in your house, and wasn't it your husband that was like, I want it.
Yeah, I was a little on the fence about it because it definitely added, and again, doing construction in my own home, I feel the pain of my clients, definitely added a little delay in the process because it takes a few more days to add the heated element and to add the electrical boxes and to add the thermostat. So probably added about 4 or 5 days to the overall installation. But in the grand scheme of things, 4 or 5 days to get, this beautiful outcome. And, I was willing to make the sacrifice, and I know others are. It's just delightful. But it's a treat. I mean, absolutely, it's a treat, and it adds to the budget and it adds to the project. So it's definitely something we want to talk about with our clients and make sure they're fully aware of what that's going to entail.
Thank you for that. We have a comment. Hello, Pam. Nice to have you with us. Pamela Newman. She is a cousin of mine. And she writes, doing this in my new home, just added to the house. Plan to do this in my bathroom when we remodel. It's a brilliant idea.
100% agree. It is. You are going to love it.
Thanks, Pam. Well, ladies, it's time to close out this show, which is always so sad because I feel like it's a family reunion kind of here. I always feel like just meeting new people and just there's a click. So thank you so much, RESA, for being here. I hope you'll come back on this or any of our other shows. And I'm going to spotlight you. And if you can share with our audience, who would you like to reach out to you and how should they do it? And what are the areas that you cover in terms of
Excellent.
geography?
Well, thank you so much for having me. I've been delighted to be with you ladies today. And I feel like I've known you guys forever because you make everything very comfortable. So for us, we service the whole Northern Virginia area. You can reach out to me personally through the phone number that I've listed, our website. We'd love to help anyone who is even thinking about doing floors in their home, has a question. I'm happy to answer anything. Our appointments are free. So the first estimate is complimentary. We'd be delighted to bring our mobile showroom to you. If there's any community events that are coming up where we can showcase our mobile showroom, reach out to me. And just happy to help grow our presence in the Northern Virginia community and really give back to our community by helping people get the floors they want and deserve.
Thank you so much. And for anyone who's unable to read the banner or you're listening on the radio, RESA's phone number is 703-480-3100. Thank you again for being here. And thank you for being a pioneer and a woman entrepreneur, just blazing trails. I love it.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.
See you Tuesday.
Kathy, another fabulous guest that you brought. Thank you and congratulations.
Oh, I now you can see why I had, just rave reviews about her. She's so much fun. And I know she does a great job with all of her clients. One of my favorite things about her is like, we were talking about, she talks about the good, bad, and ugly, just very upfront. And that makes all the difference because you never want to get a client in a place where they don't want to be, right?
Absolutely.
We've all been there.
And Kathy, I'm going to spotlight you in less than 15 minutes. You're going to be doing your first Talking Head episode. And for people who are not aware, Talking Heads is our platform for experts like Kathy. She has her own 30-minute show. I open it and close it, but she'll be presenting something special and unique each week. So why don't you tell us all about it, Kathy?
Well, this week, the very first show is going to be on the kitchen trends of 2022. And so I've got a bunch of different slides and going to walk you through the kind of the good, bad, and the ugly of the trends and kind of what to expect. So, and I'm going to be talking about kitchen trends for the next well, there'll be a total of 6 topics, and then it'll just continue on from there. I suspect that my next set of playlists will be about working on the exterior part of your home in terms of landscaping, pools, outdoor furniture, things like that. So stay tuned.
Thank you, Kathy. And you work with people literally anywhere in the world, correct?
Yes, I do. I travel. I have also been able to help people design spaces via FaceTime and Zoom. So, I mean, technology, it just makes all the difference in the world. Easy peasy.
And if you could share with people, how can they reach out and who would you like to contact you?
Well, anybody that is, I mean, it could be new construction. You could be wanting to design one room, an entire house. Perhaps you need a kitchen remodel or a bathroom remodel. Those are all things that I'm happy to help you with. And the best way to reach me is call me. My phone number is 703-895-3798. And I actually do answer the phone, even spam phone calls, because you never know who's there. So, call me, or you can reach me via email. Some people prefer to do that. And that is kathyfulton1965@gmail.com. And it's Kathy with a C.
Thank you so much, Kathy with a C. It's great doing this show with you. It's a lot of fun. So I'll let you go get ready for the next show, and I'll close out this one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'll see you shortly. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, everyone, for engaging with us today. It feels so good to know that you're out there, especially family members who are watching. I really appreciate it. I'll just share with you the rest of the schedule for today. Obviously, coming up right after this is our Talking Head segment with Kathy Fulton, followed by the Corner Bookstore. This is at noon Eastern Time with Mike Cowis. And after that, we have the Film and Music Show with my co-host Madeline Chan joining us from London. And our special guest is Sam Sarah joining us from the UK. And at 2 p.m., we have The Wise Ones with my co-host Red O'Laughlin joining us from Texas. And our guest is Gary Turner. And I'm not sure where he's joining us from, somewhere in the States. And we finally close out the day with another Talking Head segment with Mr. Red O'Laughlin, our expert. And he's going to continue his series on how to publish your book for absolutely zero, free. Completely, totally free. Okay, we are going to sign off for right now. We're coming back in a few minutes and look forward to seeing with you then. All right, thank you very much. Bye.